Let's get one thing straight from the outset. The idea of a perfectly balanced life, as it's often sold to us, is a complete and utter fraud. It's a myth. It's a unicorn riding a skateboard. We picture some Zen-like guru, high-powered board meeting, their child's school play, never breaking a sweat, never checking their email during dinner. They finish their work at 5 o'clock sharp, spend 2 hours of quality time with the family, meditate for 30 minutes, and then read a chapter of some incredibly intellectual book before drifting off to a peaceful 8-hour slumber. This image is not just unhelpful, it's a form of corporate propaganda designed to make us feel inadequate. The reality for most of us is far messier, far more chaotic, and frankly, far more human. If work-life balance isn't about a perfect 50-50 split, then what on earth is it? At its core, real work-life balance is about having the autonomy and flexibility to create a life that feels whole. It's not about counting the hours spent in the office versus the hours spent at home. It's about the quality of those hours and the sense of control you have over them. It's the freedom to be fully present wherever you are. When you're at work, you can focus on your tasks without a gnawing guilt about missing out on life. And when you're at home, you can genuinely switch off and engage with your loved ones without the constant buzz of your phone demanding your attention. This means balance is deeply personal. My ideal blend will look completely different from yours, and that's exactly how it should be. For a young entrepreneur launching a startup, balance might mean working 80-hour weeks for a year, fueled by passion and pizza, knowing it's a short-term sprint towards a long-term goal. For a parent with young children, it might mean finding a job with flexible hours that allows them to be there for school pickups and bedtime stories. For someone nearing retirement, it might mean scaling back to a part-time role to make more room for hobbies, travel, and grandchildren. Balance is not a destination, it's a custom-built vehicle. Think of it less like a scale and more like a musical composition. So why do so many of us fall for the myth of perfect balance? Why do we chase this impossible ideal, only to end up feeling exhausted and defeated? A large part of the blame lies with modern corporate culture. For decades, companies have paid lip service to the idea of work-life balance. While fostering an environment that makes it impossible to achieve, they offer wellness programs, they offer flexible work policies, but the unwritten rule rewards those who are always on, always available, always willing to put the company first. It's a classic case of saying one thing while rewarding the opposite. This corporate doublespeak creates a powerful, pervasive narrative. We see promotions, we see bonuses going to people who sacrifice their evenings and their weekends. Technology has blurred work and home until lines vanish. Emails, instant messages, notifications follow us to the dinner table, to the park, even into our beds. We were handed tools for flexibility, but we failed to set rules of engagement, leaving us tethered to our jobs 24/7. Finally, we compare our messy behind the scenes to everyone else's polished reels. Social media breeds this misery. It's a game we can never win, comparing our raw footage to someone else's edited movie. Achieving any semblance of a self-designed life is harder than ever because the path is littered with modern-day obstacles. The first and most formidable of these is what I call the cult of productivity. We live in an age that worships efficiency. We're bombarded with life hacks, productivity apps, gurus promising to squeeze every last drop of output from our waking hours. Hobbies become side hustles. Rest becomes strategic recovery. We forget how to simply be. We forget how to simply be because we're so obsessed with doing. Another major challenge is job insecurity. In a globalized, rapidly changing economy, the concept of a job for life is gone. Many feel they are in constant competition, needing to prove their worth day in and day out. Financial pressure, housing, education, healthcare all cost a fortune. For many, long hours are driven by necessity, not choice. Finally, our ingrained habits and a lack of self-awareness hurt us. We feel guilty when we're not productive, and we haven't defined what a rich personal life even looks like. Without a clear vision for the life part of the equation, the work part will expand to fill the vacuum. Overcoming this internal programming is often the hardest hurdle of all. Let's meet Sarah. Sarah is a classic example of someone trying desperately to do it all. She's a marketing manager, a mother of two, and a loving partner. Her day starts before dawn with the frantic scramble to get the kids fed, dressed, and out the door. As she looks for a missing sock, her phone buzzes with an urgent email. She types a quick reply with one thumb while spreading jam on toast with the other. By the time she drops the kids off, she already feels like she's run a half marathon. This isn't a failure of time management, it's the default setting for modern life. At her desk, she's efficient, powering through to-do lists and meetings, but her mind is never entirely in one place. She eats lunch at her desk, orders groceries, and pays a bill. She's a master juggler, keeping a dozen balls in the air at once. The constant switching of gears is exhausting. Her body is at work. Her mind is a tangled web of domestic and professional duties. The clock hits 5. Leaving on time feels like a betrayal. She sees colleagues still working and guilt washes over her. She compromises another 30 minutes to finish something, then takes a call on the drive home. She arrives to glorious chaos. Work creeps into dinner and bedtime. She goes to bed exhausted and feels she has merely survived. The thought of overhauling your entire life to achieve balance is daunting. It feels like climbing Mount Everest when you're already out of breath. But the good news, you don't need a grand gesture. Start small. For example, decide that for the first 30 minutes after you get home, your phone stays in your bag on silent. It's just 30 minutes. The world will not end. In that window, you can greet your family and be fully present. Another hinge, reclaim your lunch. Don't eat at your desk. Stand up, walk outside for 10 minutes, and eat your sandwich on a park bench. Feel the sun, clear your head, return refreshed. Small investments in sanity that pay huge dividends. Delay the morning scroll for 15 minutes. Use it to stretch, meditate, or write 3 things you're grateful for. Savor a cup of coffee in silence. These small rituals set an intentional tone for the day. They are small, consistent, and powerful acts of self-preservation that reshape your relationship with work and life. Over time, these tiny hinges swing open the biggest doors. One of the most crucial skills for designing a better life is learning the art of saying no. This is incredibly difficult for most of us. We're conditioned to be agreeable, to be team players, to help out. Every time we say yes to something that doesn't align with our priorities, we're implicitly saying no to something that does. Saying yes to a non-essential late-night meeting means saying no to a bedtime story. Saying yes to another project means saying no to your gym session. Saying yes to everything means no to your friendships. A polite, firm no protects your time. Try, "I'd love to help, but my plate is full right now." Or, "That sounds interesting, but I can't give it the attention it deserves at the moment." Block your time, protect your energy. See no as prioritization, not negativity. The flip side of the hard no is the joyful yes. Clear clutter and schedule what matters with the same seriousness as a business meeting. Coach your kids' team, learn guitar, book date night, put that hour to read in your diary. If it's in the diary, it's real. Schedule the joyful yes and make your personal life a priority. This simple act transforms your life from an afterthought into something you actively design. For too long, we've allowed society to define success in very narrow terms. We measure it by job titles, salary figures, the size of our house, and the badge on our car. We climb a ladder and realize it leaned against the wrong wall. The view isn't what we expected. That narrow, materialistic definition can leave life hollow inside. True success is a rich tapestry woven from many threads: relationships, health, curiosity, spiritual peace, community. It's about laughter at the dinner table, mastering a new skill, being there for people when it matters. Make your own scorecard. Maybe your KPIs are number of family dinners, hours outdoors, new hobbies attempted. Have the courage to pursue a life that may not look like conventional success, but feels authentic to you. Your life is a story, not a spreadsheet. Make sure you're writing a good one. We've talked about the myths, the challenges, and the small steps you can take. Reading about it is easy. The hard part is taking that first concrete step. The journey doesn't begin someday, it begins now, today. Take out a piece of paper or open a note. At the top, write the date, August 28th, 2025. This is the day you decide to design your life. If you could make one small change this week to improve your blend, what would it be? Not 10 things, just one. Make it specific and achievable. Leave the office at 5:30 on Friday. Take a full hour for lunch on Wednesday. Keep your phone out of the bedroom tonight. Write it down. Tell someone, a partner, a friend, a colleague. Sharing creates accountability. When the time comes, do it. Don't overthink it. Don't let guilt talk you out of it. Notice how it feels. Acknowledge the small victory. That feeling fuels your next step. This is not a one-time fix. It's a process of adjustment, reflection, and conscious choice. Some weeks you'll do brilliantly, others you'll stumble. That's okay. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Slowly, deliberately, consistently tilt the scales toward a life that's richer and more authentic. Your new path is waiting. Take the first step. If this resonated, write your one thing in the comments and subscribe for more. Small choices, big differences.